Okay, so we all know Starfield is going to be absolutely massive, but I've just seen something that's made me appreciate just how big it's going to be, and now I'm even more hyped. Check this out. It's a screenshot taken from one of the trailers, and it shows one of the planets you're going to be able to visit. It doesn't look like anything special at first. I mean, there's not really much to see, but that is until we zoom in. We can just about make out what looks like a tiny alien creature. Now, planets will indeed be populated with all sorts of weird creatures like this one, so that's not what's amazing about the pic. What's amazing is that we've actually seen this creature before, close up, and it's gigantic. In this shot, we get a detailed look at what appears to be the very creature from the other screenshot. And here it's towering over the player. It looks like some sort of massive dinosaur, but when you see it from miles and miles away, it looks like a tiny speck on the landscape. And for me, this just hammers home the immense scale of Starfield. It's going to be a game that will dwarf you and let you get totally lost in it. Planets are so big, they'll make even the most imposing aliens look like tiny little ants. And what's even more impressive is the developers didn't even intend for us to find this alien. It's just incidentally roaming around. And to me, this says one thing, that the draw distances in Starfield are going to be insane. In most games, to save on memory, objects despawn the further away you get from them, or they're swapped in for cruder models. There's no point using up graphical memory on something that's miles and miles away. But in this shot, you can see right to the horizon, and having creatures and trees stay there without clearly loading in and out of existence adds this sort of realistic permanence to the world. This planet alone would represent a massive playing space in any game. It's a vast open sandbox with thousands of trees stretching to the horizon, loads of draw distance, and a tall mountain you can no doubt run all the way up. But this isn't the only one, of course. Starfield is full of planets as big as this, if not bigger. Here we can see all of the cities so far confirmed in the game, each one from a different planet, and just look at how unique they look. Starfield contains 4 major cities, the ones we've seen so far anyway, and these are New Atlantis, the largest city in Bethesda history, Aquila, Neon, and another one that's currently unnamed. Bethesda have always been good at designing unique towns and cities, like in Skyrim we've got Whiterun, we've got Solitude, etc. So in Starfield you can fully expect the cities to each have their own atmosphere, their own stories, their own themes, and their own quests. Now, I don't expect cities to be as sprawling as something in, say, GTA. They're probably going to be along the lines of Skyrim and Fallout 4, so very dense and packed with stuff to do, but not something that goes on for miles and miles. Certainly nothing you can drive a vehicle around. New Atlantis is said to be the biggest hub Bethesda have ever made, but still it's important not to get your expectations too high. And the reason for that is cities require more designing by the developers than wide open wilderness beyond the city walls. And for that stuff, Bethesda is building with the help of procedural generation. So while there'll be loads of unique looking cities to explore in the final game, and very likely bases in them that you can buy and decorate as you can in past Bethesda games, chances are you won't be able to go in every building or go in every floor on a skyscraper. So cities won't blow our minds on a technical level, I don't think, but planets on the other hand, I think will. The only other game we've seen on anywhere near this scale with loads of full-size worlds to roam around is No Man's Sky, and that uses a more stylized art style. And to be honest, for me, it just isn't very good. I've given it a go multiple times, but it just doesn't click with me. But Starfield is like if you take that technology and that scope and give it to a AAA developer, and a developer with a track record of making epic games that keep you coming back for years. This is what you get. The universe of Starfield isn't just huge, it's completely playable too. So you can fly where you like, touch down, maybe find a hidden alien structure, go on a completely random quest, then fly light years across space to a new full-size world and do it all over again. And with Bethesda's facilitating of modders, the scale could be even bigger. Modders will expand out the smaller areas like cities and add, say, interiors into buildings to make them feel bigger and more alive. And if the game is anything like their last mod-friendly games, which are still the most modded on all of Nexus mods, the tools will be in place for modders to make entire planets, in theory anyway. So yes, the scale of Starfield is insane, but going back to that massive alien from the screenshots, the one that looks like a tiny alien when you zoom out, I think Starfield is the type of game you can only truly appreciate through comparisons. And seeing this creature look like a little speck on a planet, I mean, you have to squint to even see this thing. It really shows how big the game is going to be. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Starfield content.
And you can build your own outposts.